going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to give my first impressions of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I'm 8 hours in and I figured that was more than enough time to give my first impressions of the game. I've seen a lot of what the game has to offer. I haven't been to too many other planets. I'm still mostly on Kobo right now, just kind of doing a lot of the side content, and then I just started doing more of the main objective at that point. I just got to a really pivotal part of the story. I don't want to spoil it if you guys haven't gotten to it, but I figured it was about that time to give my thoughts so far on the game. So here this video is. If you're new here, if you want to sub to the channel, if you're returning, let me know down in the comments. And as always, thanks again for coming to the channel and checking this out. And if you just like seeing me talk about video games and other nerdy shit, thank you. We really appreciate you coming over to the Deadhead 96 channel. With that being said, let's go over my first thoughts on Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So, this game is kind of controversial right now. As you guys know, there's a lot of performance issues right now with the game as a whole. Right on PC, it's not. I don't want to sit here and say it's not playable because I actually know somebody personally who has it for PC and they're having a good time with it. But most people are having an issue with the game being optimized for PC and consoles as well. And so it's really, really disappointing to see that going into this because I think a lot of people were looking forward to this game. I know I was. Like, I'll probably put it at the top of this video here. I reposted a video I made, I want to say like 6 months to a year after the first game had come out, and I was straight up bashing the game because I sucked ass at it. And so I made this whole video just kind of shitting on it, saying that Respawn should come up with a new Titanfall, fuck this game, things like that. Well, look, I didn't like it at first when I played it, but I came back to it a few years later and I beat it and I fell in love with the game. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was fantastic, and so I've beaten the game. In total, I've beaten Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I would say 3 times now. I beat it once on Xbox One X, then I beat it again on Xbox Series X, and then I beat it again just like a month ago on PS5. And each time I played it on a higher difficulty, and I fell in love with it every time I played it. It's not one of my favorite games ever. I see a lot of inspirations from Uncharted and Dark Souls and things like that, but I love the world. The world of Star Wars is so rich and alive, and I think that's why it's been such a huge peak thing in pop culture. The Star Wars in general, all the different planets in the galaxy and things like that. So going into this one, I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. So I'm 8 hours in. I want to talk about the game now because I've kind of that's a pretty long ass introduction. I'm playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and I already pre-ordered this game a while back ago, and I heard going into it that it wasn't optimized the best for PC and not optimized best for the console as well. So I was really interested to see about my experience. I'm playing on PS5, and I do hate to report that the game does not run silky smooth on PS5. Now, I can't say anything about Series X. If you're playing on Series X, let me know down in the comments. If you're playing on PC, let me know down in the comments. Because I'd like to see everybody's take on how they feel Jedi Survivor runs on each individual machine. But yeah, on PS5, listen, it's not bad. Trust me. Look, I'm 8 hours in. If it was that bad, I would not have put 8 hours into it. Listen, I'm having a real blast with this game. Everything that I liked about the first game is either the same or even better than Fallen Order. The combat is the best it's ever felt. I was watching a review. The YouTube channel is called Skill Up, and I usually watch their videos to just because they review games, and I will check out the reviews even if I've already pre-ordered the game just to hear their thoughts on it and their experiences. And he was saying that the combat was unchanged from Fallen Order, and that it still doesn't feel like it has a lot of weight to it. It feels like the combat is very shallow. I think that's bullshit, man. That is absolute bullshit. I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't. This is the best the combat's ever felt. I was talking to a buddy of mine. I've actually had him on the cast, and we talked about it. And yeah, we both agreed, man. The combat is the best it's ever been. Like, it's so many things you can do. I'm so far. I have no, actually, yeah. I got three different stances so far. I have your traditional single-handed. I have your double-bladed lightsaber, and then I have the stance where you hold two halves of the lightsaber in each hand. And all of them feel very distinct. All of them feel very different. Each combat experience, combat encounter, depending on who you fight against, it is a little bit of strategy there. Like, okay, what would work best for this enemy here? Like when I fought the Rancor, right? It was like a little side activity. I fell into a Rancor pit. I had to fight him, and like I had lost once before because I was using the double sided lightsaber, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So anyway, I ended up switching my stances to where I had the single handed, and then I had the two halves in each hand, and I went in there and I mopped him up. Now, granted, it could have been because I studied his moves and I went in there and I was more prepared, but it's that level of preparation that I really like. It's kind of like in The Witcher, right? When you know you're going, like when you're doing these different hunts, and you hear Geralt, investigating and finds out who it is, like whether it's a wyvern or whatever, or werewolf or whatever, and you can actually do things to prepare for the encounter. And I like stuff like that. And this is on a very basic scale. It's not to the point of The Witcher 3 to be exact. But I liked it, dude, and I thought it felt real good. And the combat feels super clean to me. Now I haven't got the other two stances. I think the other two was there's one that's like a power stance. It's more like Kylo Ren esque, where the lightsaber has like the I don't know what you call it, like the hilt of like a broadsword almost. I haven't gotten that one. It's got slower swings but more power. And then the other one is you have a blaster in one hand and then the lightsaber in the other. Haven't got those two. I don't know how they feel, but if they feel as weighty and as fun to use as the three I already have, I'm sure I'll love it. The environments are really really nice. I'll go back to the performance stuff. When I was on the first planet of Coruscant, that's where the game first starts. That whole section, I couldn't have been. My frames couldn't have been up over 40 FPS. 40 tops. There was areas where you could see how smooth, like it's running pretty smooth, but it's definitely a stuttery experience, and almost to the point it got to a certain moments there where I was starting to feel kind of stomach sick, and that's what happens to me like with 30 FPS. Like people like, well, Dylan, you played 30 FPS your whole life. Like, what's the difference now? It's because now I have better. I have a PC. I have a PS5. I have a Series X. These consoles, just the consoles alone gives me a 60 FPS. My PC is not the strongest PC out there. It's not. I have a 3080. It's not like it's like one of the best graphics cards around. Um, I can play like older games like Max Payne 3 at like 200 FPS or damn near 200 FPS. I like smooth gameplay. I've gotten used to that. That's what I want. And so when these consoles are supposed to give me at the bare minimum 60, right? I mean, technically it didn't go up to 120, but obviously that's just certain games and then your displays, things like that. But when I'm told that I should get at least a solid 60, I expect that. And so I am disappointed a bit. The optimization of this game is not as it's not as good as they were advertising, and it sucks because this game so far is damn near perfect. It so far, I'm really enjoying it. The world, oh, guys, when you get the Kobo for the first time, and I didn't even know the game had a photo mode. I was actually just taking screenshots with my PS with the DualSense controller. But when you first get the Kobo and you see the mountains in the distance, you see shit flying over. I mean, it's breathtaking, man. I'm like, okay, this is what I want. Current gen gaming at its finest. I legit thought that. I was like, damn, dude. I was just talking about this in my stream. I was talking about Horizon, dude. This right here, man. This is it's not as good as Horizon. Let's be honest. But I'm like, damn, this looks good. This is this current gen power that I want to see because I'm tired of saying next gen. We are in current gen now. PS5 and Xbox has been out for 3 years now or close to it. We're current gen now, and dude, it is a real treat. It is not an eyesore at all. It is such a beautiful game. The Kobo is beautiful. When I first got the Kobo and I got off my ship, you crash really, and I'm not trying to spoil the whole game. But you crash there, you get off, and you're trying to find Grease, right? You're looking for Grease. He was in the last game, and that whole sequence when I'm going down the mountain and I'm actually trying to make my way to civilization, it was running it. I swear a solid 60. But then as I got to more civilization, you're seeing people walk around. You're seeing more shops and buildings and doors opening and closing, and especially when you get to a bar, right? There's a bar in the game, a saloon. My frames just started dropping, and I could have. I mean, frames as bad as like 15 FPS has got to be because it was almost like stop motion. It felt like I was playing like a PowerPoint. So that is very, very concerning. It sucks. It really, really sucks. And so for that, shame on EA for publishing this game when it did. This game was delayed before, and honestly, I was fine with it. Like honestly, to me nowadays, games get delayed. I'm not really upset about it, dude. I have a backlog the size of Texas that I can play. Obviously, I love new games. I love new experiences, but at this certain point, especially with the way how games are being developed and it takes more time and more resources, just take your time. That's the best thing to do, man. It's really not worth putting a game unfinished out there, and then you get this and you get so much flack, and it's not fair. It really isn't, because this is a solid game so far. I'm so intrigued. The story, guys. I'm not gonna spoil it, but man, it's got me hooked. And where I just ended it, the main story point, I'm like, okay, it put a smile on my face. It did. Like, and I knew the thing is, I knew it was coming, but yeah, it was so satisfying, and the events leading up to it, and then it happens, and I'm into it, man. I really like it, dude. Dude, Star Wars Jedi Survivor so far is damn near perfect. I do have a gripe. Besides the performance, which is not terrible, it is playable. Listen to me. If you have not bought the game, it is playable. And don't you? Sorry, I can't talk today. I'm super excited. Don't think for a second they're not gonna patch this shit, right? It just needs a good performance patch, and it'll be fine. And by the way, you see me pointing. I'm pointing at my PS5 here. This game will get patched, and the performance, all that stuff will be a thing of the past. The thing that will not be fixed, probably, is, and I'm gonna say it, the hollow map. The hollow map for both of these games, Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, trash. I don't understand why they make this map so gosh damn confusing. Like, it's just like you have to turn the map a certain way. You got to go to certain levels to see what not even rooms, but different areas of the map. It's so irritating trying to navigate where you have to go next. And honestly, it got me to the point where I just stopped looking at the fucking map. I just started just running wherever I wanted to, and eventually I found it. And so that's kind of how I've been playing it so far. And I've only been to one planet. I've been to Kobo, and now beautiful, beautiful planet. A lot of side quests, a lot of side activities. I will say, recommendation, if you don't listen to anything else I say in this video, do the mainline quest for a little while. When you get to Kobo, do like 2 or 3 main quests, and then wrap around and do some of the side activities. Because I was trying to do some of the side activities, and I was getting my ass whooped. I didn't have the right abilities to go get certain items. So definitely play the main quest for a little while before you really start doing any of the side content, and you won't regret it. So anyway, that's all I got for you. Other than that, man, look, I think the game is pretty damn perfect so far. It's already a 9 out of 10 for me. I take 1 point away because I can't stand the hollow map, and that was a gripe for the first one. But everything else, the music, the atmosphere, the graphics, I love the customization of Cal. I think that's great. I got him sporting a beard and long hair like Obi-Wan from the Obi-Wan TV show. Say whatever you want about the TV show, but I love the way Obi-Wan looked. He looked like a freaking badass in that miniseries. And so I'm really, really happy with it, man. I'm really, really happy. A lot of customization for your lightsaber. It's great. You get perks, and the skill tree is enormous. It's way more diverse than the original game. It's bigger and better, and it reminds me of God of War Ragnarok as opposed to God of War 2018. I prefer God of War 2018, but I do know God of War Ragnarok is the upgraded version of that. I'd say the same thing applies here, only I'm more invested in this story and this world and everything they're trying to create in this game than I ever was in Fallen Order. And I adored Fallen Order for everything it was and everything it tried to do. So anyway, that's all I got for you. I just want to let you know my thoughts on it. Definitely, if you haven't bought it, definitely buy it. It'll be up to snuff. It'll be running 60 FPS smoothly before you know it. If you want to take a little time from playing it right now, just give it a little extra time to cook. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but it's not unplayable on PS5. That is, I haven't played it on Series X. I don't know, and I haven't played it on PC either, and I'm not even gonna attempt to. My PC probably couldn't handle it. But yeah, all in all, it's a damn good game, and I'm excited to get more into it. I can't believe I put 8 hours in it so far because I really haven't been off from work that much the past few days. But anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Have you played it? Or are you gonna wait till it's patched out? Yeah, let us know everything down in the comments. And with that being said, we'll see you in the next video. Stay dead, my friends.